Land of the rising sun, we love and cherish. Beloved home, land of our brave heroes. We must defend our lives, or we shall perish. We shall protect our hearts from all our foes. But if the price is death for all we hold dear, then let us die without a shred of fear. Hail to Biafra, consecrated nation. O fatherland, this be our solemn pledge. Defending thee shall be our dedication. Spilling our blood will count our privilege. The waving standard which emboldens the free shall always be our flag of liberty.
Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, great Biafrans and lovers of freedom. Hello, people. It is election day, election returning time. We are Republic of Biafra government in exile, located on 1717 Pennsylvania Avenue, Washington, D.C. We are monitoring the returning and the electoral process in Nigeria. Welcome, Mazi Mbakwe, Engineer Mbakwe. You're welcome to election day in Nigeria. We have been getting in touch with people on the ground, people in Nigeria trying to, understand how the whole thing is going. Most part of the place has been peaceful. Some places, the usual Nigerian way, the rigging is very obvious. So you're welcome, sir. We're expecting Mama Biafra, and we're gonna be getting in touch with our people to tell us, those who are on the ground, to tell us what has changed. We have seen some results coming in. We want to make sure Obi is leading so far. We want to make sure, things are still coming out the way it is expected. So you're welcome, sir. And the President of the Republic of Biafra government in exile, Honorable Tony Wisi, extends his sincere appreciation to Nigerians and Biafrans who went today to exercise their rights and their voting rights for our own son, the most amiable and most qualified, Peter Obi, and DATTI, his partner, his running mate, rather. So you're welcome, sir. And what are your expectations today, Mazin Bakwe? It has been a rough day. Many places, the INEC, their usual way, did not bring ballot papers. Some places they brought ballot papers. The Labour Party was obviously omitted. Some places they did not come at all. What is your take? Nigeria is going to catch fire if they try this rubbish they want to do. What is your take, sir? Thank you.
Thank you, fellow Biafran. Finally, the D-Day has arrived, and we are going through the election, which is sacrosanct. We have been getting some results. It looks impressive somehow, but we are saddened by the way this election is being conducted, particularly in Biafra land. We had feared this happening and had prayed fervently for God to intervene. But the devil being what he is, and Nigeria being what they are, they thrive in corruption, in fraudulent practices, in rigging election. Namsi elegi bewaria. Elegi bewaria. Other nations conduct their elections free and fair. Nigeria, all the time, you always found one thing. Everybody rigging to get into the post. No wonder why they are so corrupt, because the idea is for them to get in post and continue to steal, continue to rob the country. So, all the information we're getting is not very, it's not, it's sad that at this era, this timing, with this age of technology, people are still caught in doing stupid things, playing fraudulent when it comes to ballot papers, removing names, removing party names, removing Labour Party, discouraging people from voting, threatening people if you're not going to vote APC, leave. Or not even showing up. Many police stations, people arrived there as early as 6 a.m. this morning and had to wait. Even by 10:30, no NEC was available. And then many left. So right there and then, this election has been stained. And yet we have international observers. We have international observers. We are waiting to hear what their take on this, what their remarks, because Nigeria can never change. Any expectation that Nigeria is going to improve is a wasted expectation. But it behoves the international community, the observers, to do the right thing, to say whether this election has been fair and free or not. We know Peter Obi has a mass support, has been endorsed across the country. We know that. We know he's going to win this election. And all efforts are being made to thwart it, to change the outcome of the election. PDP has been involved. APC has been involved. Yet nobody can stand today and say, Labour Party, we are caught doing, funny things. No. It's PDP, APC that has held Nigeria bondage, that has run that country down, that has made that country not progress, that taking away all the basic amenities from the people. Electricity, no. Good roads, no. Education, no. Oil bunkering, yes. Embezzlement, yes. Snakes invading and stealing, swallowing money, yes. It's all in Nigeria that happens. Crocodiles swallowing money, yes. Rats invading us rock, yes, all in Nigeria. Nigeria, when are you going to grow up?
Yes.
So this election today, we know we're going to win. Peter Obi is going to win because we have endorsed Peter Obi. The Biafra Republic in Exile, located at 1717 Pennsylvania Avenue, has endorsed Peter Obi. He's a better evil. Yes, he has a track record. Yes, and do you want to?
Yes, you said something while you were really that was very striking. The international community. You see, America does credible elections. They do conduct credible elections, and they are on ground. I saw some a report posted in a Peter Obi campaign forum by President Tony Wincy. That is a preliminary report from CNN. I'm trying to get it to share it with you because this is real serious thing. Right here. These preliminary reports, or reporting or whatever. It says Atiku Abubakar, this is CNN reporting, Atiku Abubakar 20% of the vote that has already come in, Bola Tinubu 31%, and Peter Obi 41%. So far, so good. He's still in the lead. But there are so many things that have happened with this election. One thing about Nigeria is that they do not use any situation as a learning process. Instead of us to be going forward, we are moving backwards, to the Stone Age because of corruption. But with all the effort they made today to rig this election, he's still in the lead. I saw so many things that they've sent to me today in the social media where, ballot papers that came, they have a Labour Party missing. Some, they brought only senatorial candidates ballot. They didn't bring that on the presidential. Many things are happening. And some of them too, the presiding officers were there. INEC officers did not bring any material. What do you think, Mazimbabwe?
Yes, these are some of the discrepancies. These are some of the inadequacies of Nigerian election. So that notwithstanding, we will conclude the election, and we have noted all these discrepancies, all these inadequacies, and we're going to call on the international community to intervene, because it's obvious that they are trying to take the winning from Peter Obi.
The mandate, yes.
They're trying to take that mandate away from him. So they cannot get away with it. We in diaspora are going to fight it. If it means tearing that country down, we'll do so. Because since they don't want to conduct a fair and free election, that is all we're asking for. That's all we're asking for. And therefore, if it's not given to us, we are going to react. And whatever Nigeria gets from us, that's what they're going to get. But we're not going to back down this time around. This 2023 election must be free and fair. And any inadequacies must be corrected. We are very hopeful that Peter Obi is going to ascend as well, whether they like it or not. They have to explain to us why police stations were not open at 8:30, why some of the senatorial or presidential papers were not available, why people are being threatened. These are all recorded, noted. They cannot deny it. So the earlier they get back to the drawing board and start doing things right, and let justice prevail, let equity prevail, let fairness prevail, let free and fair election prevail. Otherwise, they are not going to get away with it. Let me warn APC and PDP. Yes, we are here in diaspora. We're going to fight you people. If you don't want to give us free and fair election, we have labored, we have waited for this to happen. And today, this is what we're getting. We are saying no. Thank you.
Thank you. Yes, I want you to listen to this. I will try to upload it, but I couldn't. I want you to listen to this. This is Nnamdi Azikiwe Hall in University of Ibadan, where students and people gather to vote. And listen what they said. They said all the ballot papers that were brought in there were all stalled. They were nullified because they do not have P2B's logo, political party logo inscripted in there. So this was a deliberate omission. I saw it in Lagos. This is in Ibadan. I saw it as well in Obaseki state, that is Edo. So you find out that this was orchestrated way to rig this election. The same thing we had, I think, Abubakar Tabawa and the Okowa planning how they're going to do it using INEC officials. So they did not know that they were, you know what the message I'm talking about. They really did it very well, but this one is the one that will consume these old foods.
Yes, yes.
They will join their ancestors with this kind of thing this time around.
Yes.
With the youth.
No, we're not going to let them off the hook in this one. This 2023 election, we are not going to let them off the hook. They've done that and then placed that idiot in Imo State that never even was not even did not really was not voted in. But this time around, our informants are down on the ground, getting us information, getting us videos, pictures, documentation of everything that's going on today. So we are going to use it. We are going to use it to press down on Nigeria. This time around, they're not going to get off our hook. We've got them. We grab them by their blockers. Yes. You know, and we're going to be squeezing it any way we want.
You know, in the past, they are used to doing this kind of thing. They did it during Abiola's era. They did it during Jonathan. They did it during... But now, the youths have risen. And if they believe that the youth is the future of any nation, we have risen. We will not allow this again. At least when during Abiola's son, I was not even interested in politics. I was not even interested in freedom. I didn't even understand the meaning of being in bondage until I tasted freedom in America. So now people like us have risen and technology has come up of age. These old fools cannot hold us down anymore. We will not tolerate it anymore. If they like, let them rig it, because they have started rigging it already. Because
like I said, we have every record. We have our men on the ground giving us accurate information, and so far so good. From all indications, P2B is in the lead, and whatever they do to change that, they will have to prove. But we know we have every evidence against them, what they are trying to do. They've done it in the past, but they cannot do it in the present.
Absolutely.
The young lion has woken up. So it's not going to be business as usual.
They know that.
It's not going to be business as usual. So the earlier they refrain from this, the better for them, because if they don't give us justice, we will take it. And we'll take it any way we want to. We like to do it.
And this is a message to Britain as well, because Britain is basically manipulating Nigeria. It looks like Katrina Leon is the one ruling Nigeria since the death of Buhari. So Britain's interest is being maintained by people of low cadre, people of a low mentality. Because as far as I'm concerned, the people ruling us are not the best of Nigeria or Biafra. So the people ruling us are not the best intellect, the best brains of the nation. And then Britain is supporting the people ruling, working with them because they know they can manipulate them. So this is a message for them that Britain, the people who are speaking today, we have spoken, we are giving our mandate. It's not going to be as easy as it was with Abiola and the role all of you played in Abiola. This is young age now saying we're going to hold our life and our future in our hands. We got to decide whether we want to live or we want to die. We got to decide whether we want peace or we want freedom or we want anarchy. This election will determine it. What do you think, sir?
I had watched the British ambassador or whatever, consulate or whatever.
Katrina.
I call her Latrina Komoda Lane. Yes. So being interviewed, and then where she was talking about a free election, everything has been said. The stage has been set for a free and fair election.
This time around, this one will consume her head if she doesn't.
Yes. This time around, we're not going to let you off the hook. You have to pack your things and run back to Britain, because you are being a pain in the boat for Nigerians and for Biafrans, because you don't want for us to be free. You want to continue to keep us in bondage, so you continue to milk the resources of Nigeria and Biafra land.
Yes, using resources from Biafra land to maintain all the skyscrapers in London. And we don't even have problem with that, but why don't they bring us to the status of Britain, status of London, give us good light, good road, give us good education, good. Then if you want to make the resources in Biafra land is enough for everybody, it's enough for us and Britain, but why is it that they are using it to maintain that and they want us to remain like slaves? If
you know, this is where I have problem with our people, Ndidamaka. I mean, if somebody wants you dead, will you also be wishing yourself dead? I mean, if you are laid in a rough surface, the logical thing is for you to get up and realign yourself.
Absolutely.
But Nigeria has failed to do that. Our politicians have failed to do that. They get compromised. They become the stooges of this colonial and neo-colonial masters, just for their own selfish interest. Why does Africa remain a third world each time?
Because
why is Nigeria a third world country?
Corruption, egocentrism, selfishness.
Are we not ashamed of ourselves?
They are ashamed
that we're being, regarded as third world country. If you guys are not ashamed, your shame is shaming me now. I'm here in diaspora. I feel ashamed, tell anybody that I'm even from anywhere near Nigeria.
I'm not. I'm not.
I tell them I'm from West Africa.
Once you say you are a Nigerian, before you know it, they'll start looking at you like you're a fraud, a fraudster.
Yes.
They want to look at, except you are in the professional arena. That's the only place they feel, and they have age. They said people who graduated since 1985 that they didn't go to school in as far as Nigeria is concerned. That was since the educational system started dwindling. But if you graduated before 85, they respect you. The only way we earn respect in this country is that we are professionals. Any other thing, when you say you're a Nigerian, you're a thief, you're a fraudster. Look at Hush Puppy, look at Bola Tinubu, look at Atiku, look at all they see. Our political class, they see them as looters, they are thieves. Then our young ones, they think we are Yahoo. The only people that have respect as far as America and the world is concerned are just the ones that have a professional knowledge in what they're doing. So what kind of thing is that?
And this is an opportunity for Nigeria to present itself as getting better.
No.
I have a friend that each time he sees me, he asks me, how are you? I say, I'm fine. But when I ask him, how are you? He said, I'm improving. I am improving. Is Nigeria improving?
No.
The answer is no.
We took 10 steps backwards. 10 steps from where we were.
And sometimes they will tell you, oh, after it took America 200 years to be where they are today. How long do you want to take? How long do you want it to take you?
But at any given time, America is using their situation to learn. They use it to look at what happened in 9/11. America went to the drawing board and determined how to handle if ever it will ever happen again. They will never allow it to happen again. Once beaten, twice shy. America does not allow you fool them the second time. Never. So why do we allow ourselves making the same mistake, using the same method, expecting to get a different result? Why? America learns from everything. They think everything they do very well, and then they embark on it. Do we do that? Do we learn from our mistakes? If we do, we won't be doing what is happening today. That people, a whole nation, over 200 million people, they say you're going to vote between 8:30 p.m. to 2:30 p.m. Who has ever had that before? You're going to vote between 8:30 a.m. in the morning to 2 p.m.
Yes,
In a
because they
nation
know what
that
they're
has
doing.
they have no money, have no transportation, no good road, no plane to take things to hinter area, no jet, no helicopter to convey machinery or anything to the source or point of use, and you're giving them less than how many? 200 and something million people. Are you kidding me? And the
Because
listening and seeing this.
It's intentional. They did it on purpose to damage or to slow down or to make it difficult for those of us in the hinterland to be able to vote. To make it difficult for us because they know transportation now is something that it's like pulling tooth. Exactly. There's no cash, no new money, no old money. People have to wait for the three-wheel keke to take them from point A to point B. And then all these, some of them, they change their polling station booths where they have to go and vote. Make it a little more distant away from them. They did everything to thwart this election, to rig the election, to make this election difficult for the actual winner, the God-sent winner to win. But they're not gonna get away with it this time around.
No,
we are going to fight it.
Let them get it.
And the international community or observers that came to Nigeria, you better find a way of reporting what you saw. And don't be coerced, don't be bribed to say the wrong thing or to falsify. It's very obvious that the political parties, PDP and APC, are doing everything to rig the election. And they've done it. They've done so much today. And right now, I know by the time difference, it's already evening time.
That's why they're already returning results.
Okay, so we are waiting for the results now, but we already know what transpired. We have it on record.
We
just want to see the final results.
I want to look at this. Is Ikete residents in Lagos State shouting, "We must vote! We must vote!" After Tinubu army scattered the polling booths. Okay. Tinubu and his mafia men went to scatter places in Ikete where they are supposed to be voting, and the residents said, "We must vote! We must vote!" Let me see.
Did Mama Biafra come in?
See. We
must vote. We must vote.
Can you imagine? Look at the crowd in the street. They say they must vote because Bola Tinubu's people went to scatter where they were supposed to vote.
Yes, they were denied. This does not happen in a developed country. This doesn't happen in America. It doesn't happen in Britain. Why must it be happening in Nigeria?
Look at this one. This lady says, "This is evil in the land. This election has been hijacked in my polling booth at Rumuhawa polling unit." Rumuhawa is in Rivers State. INEC officials here said they forgot the presidential ballot papers. Can you hear this? INEC officials said that they forgot the ballot papers. They said we should start with Senate and House of Representatives. Are you kidding me? Look at this lady.
No.
Hold on.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm at Rumuhawa Playground. It's a polling unit under Obiakpo local government in Rivers State. You can see this crowd gathered here. Up to this moment, nothing is happening. Funny enough, the INEC officials that came here just informed us that they forgot to come along with the presidential ballot paper that we should continue with the other ones. We are still waiting, oh. Look at the crowd, oh. We are still waiting, oh. Nothing is happening at Rumowa playground in Obiakoloku government. They said they forgot the ballot paper for the presidential election. So they want us to cast vote for only the House of Senate and House of Rep. But we are insisting that we are not going to do anything to get the ballot paper for presidential election. The world should hear us. Women in Nigeria should hear us. International bodies should hear us. So something is really happening. We can't explain it. We need to perform our civic rights in this place. It is our right. We are being denied of it. The world should hear us. The world should look at the crowd. Look at the crowd. Are you seeing us? Look at the crowd. Look at it. There are many here. Nothing has happened though. Nothing has happened. You people should hear us.
My sister, don't worry. We are on it. We are going to follow up. If Biafra, if you are listening to me, we are going to follow up. The only solution, the only way out for them is to give Obi that mandate.
Any attempt to steal it from
anything other than that, we will resist it. It's very, very obvious that Nigeria has failed. They have rigged the election again. APC and PDP have rigged the election again. So the only solution, the only way out for them is to give that mandate to P2B and DATTI. Because it's very obvious that they are in the lead.
Yes, they are. And we displayed our number here. We want people on the ground in Nigeria, in Biafra land, to call and tell us what is going on in their different polling booths. This is the Republic of Biafra government in exile. Our phone number is +1 202 787 8909. Again, the number is +1 202 787 8909. Call in with your report. Call in to tell us what is happening from your location. We want to expose it. We want the international community. We are gathering all these evidences because this will not happen again. What happened during Abiola will not happen again. Not now. We are more and well informed. So we need you to turn in your reports, send in your videos, send in your voice evidences to this phone number.
And it's WhatsApp.
After the rain comes the sunshine. If for whatever reason they steal the mandate of the people, they will meet it with any resistance they are looking for. So the number is +1 202 787 8909. This is Republic of Biafra government in exile, headed by Honorable Tony Wisi, located in 1717 Pennsylvania Avenue. We are monitoring the election day in Biafra land and Nigeria. We want to hear you from your location. Tell us what is going on. So, they said there was a video again I saw, where people came out shouting there'll be no election. But when I verified that video, it was this video that traded sometime when our leader Mazen Namdekalo was out. They call them the lions of Anambra State or something like that. They call them the lions. So somebody did a voiceover. That video they came out with their flags all over the place saying no election. That checked it out is the voiceover and that video. What do you think about the desperation of some people to make themselves relevant? And then today the history has been made, election has taken place, and results will be announced. We saw a few other, the one I was telling you, they came to disturb, boom, the hidden military men shot 4 of them, and they were all gone. These are Biafran boys. These are our own children, our own brothers and sons. They are gone. What do you think? What do you say about this?
First of all, in our previous broadcast, we warned our people to be careful. We warned our people not to follow the directives from Simon Ekpa in Finland. I'm going to be very open. We warned them. So what the video you saw was photoshopped. So Simon Ekpa will go any length to deceive people, to put the life of our innocent relatives at risk. So be warned, for those of you who are agitating no election, the election has to take place. That is the only way we can gain traction. That is the only way we can be a part of the governance that we receive. If we don't go and vote our conscience and vote the person we like, then they will have to vote for us and put whoever they like to continue to subjugate us. I don't know why it's taking our people this time to understand, to use their brain. To use their brain. I mean, when you are faced with a situation where you have evils all around, no good, you will tend to choose the better evil. I'm just, being very liberal with it. If the better evil be P2B, we take it. And actually, that better evil is actually good, because the track record is shows. Nobody is perfect. I am not perfect. Ndamaka is not perfect. P2B is not perfect. So in the midst of this situation we find ourselves in, doesn't it make logical sense for us to say, okay, let's use a little bit of our wisdom to follow this? Because with P2B coming to the government seat, that will give Nigerians, not just Biafrans, Nigerians, because all his promises are good towards rebuilding the country. Production, not consumption. Rebuilding all those infrastructures that have been allowed to dilapidate. So he is the better evil that we have, not for our people alone, not for the Igbo race, but for the entire Nigeria, even for the Fulanese. Look at his plan. This is his program for agriculture in the north. The land are not in the east, it's in the north. They are the ones that are going to be developed. It's going to create jobs, and create jobs for people in the north, at least. So, Simon Ekpa does not understand. People should begin to get some sense. That little brat is just fooling around. He's not Nnamdi Kalu's disciple. People should understand this. He claimed to be. Yes, and then every time now and then he will play back a remark that Nnamdi Kalu made when he first saw Simon Ekpa. Saw him as a very vibrant kid, doing a lot of things on the internet, debunking things and so on. He appreciated that and warned him not to allow that to get into his head. Unfortunately, that has happened today. That has happened today. It has gotten into his head. Now he's puffing in his room in Finland. People are making contributions to him. He has arrived. But has he arrived to save his people? The answer is no. All this ranting on the social media, threatening, no election in Biafra land, does not do us any good. It's not going to get Nnamdi Kalu out. Neither is going to give you Biafra on a silver platter. No. You have to use common sense. We're not like Ambazonia that are fighting, shooting, because they have a base. They have a territory that they occupy, at least 1/3 of the country. Biafrans don't have anything. We don't control any piece of land. We all are chanting and ranting on the social media from diaspora. The ones at home are under gunpoint. We understand. And it's only those of us in diaspora that can effect a change. That is why I challenge my brothers here in diaspora. Not just making laws, not just showing your degree. Get into the trenches with us. Get with the Republic of Biafra government in exile that had created a house for all Biafrans, for well-meaning Biafrans to come in and deliberate and rub shoulders with us so we can think, articulate effectively. So, but today we are talking about election in Nigeria. So I have to get back to the topic of the day. And we are talking about all the irregularities, all the fraudulent practices, all the rigging, all the threatening on people that have come to cast their vote. If you cannot vote for APC, leave. Or we don't have ballot papers. We don't have for presidential seat. We don't have this, we don't have that. Or coming to the polling booth late. And then limiting the voting period from 8 p.m., 8:30 in the morning to 2. What a nonsense. Here in America, people will leave their place of work and go and vote and go back to work up till midnight. We vote till midnight here. But Nigeria, no, they want, because it's intended to shortchange the people, to make it impossible for them to come and vote their conscience. When will Nigeria grow up? International observers, I hope you are listening to me or listening to Warren Damaka. We are making sense. This is why Nigeria has not grown. We are still in the primitive era. And you guys are watching us because you don't want us to grow up. It means that you're coming to observe is meaningless. If you don't do something from what you have seen today, then next time, please stay home, stay where you are. We don't need you. Thank you.
But you know that we call them foreign observers, but they're not void of bribery and corruption either. You know, they take their own bribery and bribery in a high-profile way. Before you know it, they will give them Ghana must go full of money, and before you know it, they'll write out the report. Look at what happened in Edo today, done by by a sitting governor in Edo. Obaseke, look at what Obaseke did in his word today. I want the word to say.
What governor just did. This is governor's word. Look at what governor did. If we are here a few hours before this thing arrived, the ward chairman were there, the local government chairman, the liaison chairman was there. The governor, look at what he did. Mr. Godwin Novega said, Obaseki, this is his word, So he has refused us not to vote. This is what he did. They have come here to scatter the full election. They have come here to scatter the election of today. This is what the new PDP did. The new PDP, because he knew that he's not going to win. This is what he did. The new PDP, that's the governor's PDP. He came here with some talks. This is what he did. Scatter everything. Thank you. Yes. Yes. That's the a lot of them.
Now, this is the governor of Edo State, Obaseki. With all the respect I have for Obaseki, he could stoop himself so low today or 4 days. Obaseki had been as a governor for a while now. So if he doesn't win, that means he's not doing well. He should go and sit down. Why will a man that I think is a responsible person do a thing like this? That will tell you how Nigeria has degenerated, what it has degenerated to. This is from a sitting governor. A sitting governor depriving his citizens their right to cast their vote, their right to determine with their freedom, their right to vote a sitting governor, Obaseki of Edo State. Obaseki is from PDP of Atiku. These are all armed robbers of our nation. That's why we are saying, let us have a new breed. We have seen the status quo. Let us try something different. All these are all armed robbers, enemies of the people. Look at what a sitting governor did.
They have no shame.
Obaseki is the current governor of Edo State. Look at what he has done today. And
yes.
When young men carry computer, do Yahoo, they want to kill them. When they do you bunker them. But look at all these political people, political class are all robbers, armed robbers, armless robbers, stealing with the pen and stealing everybody's future with their pen. And nobody has because
they have immunity. Yes, they have immunity. They can do whatever they want to do. But this time around, my sister, it's not going to work for them. Eventually, if they don't want to keep that country together, then that country will have to break. But we are not going to let them off the hook this time around. If you stand on our way, we'll crush you.
They don't know anything yet.
They haven't seen nothing yet.
They don't know how angry people are. They don't understand that he who is down needs fear no fall. When you are alive and you have no value for life, when you are alive, you have no food, you have no money, you have no education, you have no job. What are you living for? We don't care anymore. People like them that have millions of mansions.
And if they think they can steal and rob the country dry and then flee to their mansions,
we will wait for them.
We will come after you. Not only can we come after them, we'll come after their family, the entire family. Because anything from them is already corrupted. Any child that is born is already corrupted. So we have to take them everything out. Let them get that clear in their head now. Because they've done it in the past and get away with it. This time around, why go ahead and tell Nora? Yes, I'm already dead. So what else is left? Because if it's the Romans, the saying, I buy into that. C2 pacem, bella parati. If you want peace, prepare for war. We are prepared now for Nigerian politicians. We are prepared for you. We are prepared for you.
Give me freedom or give me death.
Yes.
There's no quality of life in this whole shenanigan going on in Nigeria. There's no quality. You'll be walking, bullet will just kill you. No trace of who bought the bullet, no trace of who bought the gun, no trace of anything, no investigation. You die like rat, like chicken. So what kind of life is that?
If after all this preparation, their news media and everybody, their TV media, all those young men and young women out there interviewing them and doing all that, then this is what we get today. What a shame.
And let me show you.
And I challenge the news media in Nigeria. I challenge them. All those young elements there, broadcasting and covering and interviewing, to speak up now. Don't say because you find yourself in a good place, then the rest of people can go to hell.
Now look at that's why we warned them yesterday. To be warned is to be forearmed. If you hear and you do not make use of your wisdom and you die, Biafra will come. Nigeria will move on. You are gone. Your family will be with the agony. Nobody is going to remember you tomorrow because you did not die honorably. Look at what they did today. One of our Umada in Abuja just sent it to me. Now look at what is going on the ground. Look at this. Now, look at our sons. Look at this.
Are they being tortured?
They are killing them with manual hitting them to death. They are hitting instead of using guns. They don't want to waste their bullet. They are killing them using rod and stick and everything. Killing them, torture them to kill them, to die.
All right. So let's see what INEC is going to say at the end of the day.
Look at this.
About this election. Will they say this is a Photoshop? Is it Photoshop?
No.
So
No.
I encourage our people on the ground to give us accurate information.
This was
You have your, yes. Give us that, get us, and then date and time. Not just making noise and crying, woe is me. Give us date and time and the picture of what is happening, or video of what is happening.
You see, Nyanye, he's speaking Igbo. Nyanye, the man came to buy their vote. Nyanye.
A lot has transpired today.
It's unbelievable.
And I don't know what outcome anybody's expecting of today's election.
It's unbelievable.
What outcome is anybody expecting?
We know.
And what is INEC going to tell the people of Nigeria and the people of Biafra? What are they going to tell us? What are they going to report back to us?
We shall see.
So are they going to do a re-election?
Now let's see how they're gonna say it was a free and fair election. The only way it's gonna be a free and fair election is if they give the mandate to Obi, but they know he's winning already, and they know everyone and Katakbara is just you know. And that is not the solution.
That is not the solution. They have to account. INEC has to account, give us account. You know, they have to be accountable to what they're doing, because INEC was set up to organize and make sure the election is held free and fair.
But
so
INEC
that did not happen.
The ones, you had the woman from Iguacha saying that INEC people came and said they forgot presidential.
Okay, we will remind them. We will remind them
that they should start casting vote for presidential, for senatorial candidates and the House of Rep. And the lady said, no, you are giving a whole nation that has over 200 million people. You're telling them to go and vote between 8:30 a.m. in the morning to 2 p.m. And now you forgot the presidential ballot papers. Are you kidding me? The same way, to tell you how unintelligent they are, the same way they say a snake swallowed money. The same way they look at the kind of lies they put up there. Look at the kind of lies they put up there.
And they're not ashamed. The whole world is laughing at Nigeria.
No, they think we're idiots.
Or maybe if they don't understand our language or the culture, African countries that are closer to us, they are laughing at us.
They think we're idiots.
They are laughing at Nigeria, that is supposed to be the giant of Africa. Shame on you. Shame on the presidency. Shame on the Electoral Commission. Shame on our governors. Shame on our politicians. We will hold you accountable, whether you like it or not. This is just the beginning. All right.
Mama Biafra, can you hear me? You're welcome to the studio. Can you hear me?
Yeah, Vele Mebuka on a Mebu elites. Vele Mebuka on a Mebu, no son am I right thing to do in the right time. Gave people na Pito be the whole Nigerians.
I will lost her.
Yeah, she has a very unstable, like already said, her internet is very unstable. I don't know why. Maybe she's on transit. So yes.
Yeah, she's one of our sisters here in the United States. So
yes, and the one of Umada too, Umada Kaja, and a member of she's a supporter of the Republic of Biafra government in Exile. She was at the day we officially re-inaugurated the office in DC, Washington DC. We call her Mama Biafra. So I will keep her as soon as I'm able to see her. I'll bring her to come and talk to our people in the language they will understand. Look at the number of men today they have wasted. The number of youth today they have killed. Are they going to come back again? No. Are they going to see Biafra tomorrow? No. Their parents, are they going to grieve? Yes, they're going to grieve for a very long time. I see Aka Agwanti ono ebupu ishi yana ntị esoro. Ozu na ishi na enweghị onye ndụmọdụ a na-ara ha eso ozu ala n'ili.
yep.
I do not feel sorry for anybody today that went out there today knowing too well that this is what the zoo wanted. Nigeria wanted to kill our people. Nigeria wanted to kill our youth. And you made yourself vulnerable. Somebody in the comfort of his house told you to go and disturb, knowing too well that you will meet a reprisal. Today you have met your Waterloo. And you think our ancestors on the ground will clap for you for dying a stupid death. No, they will not clap for you. You wasted your life. And those who love themselves so much, collecting your money, doing their fundraising, taking super chat, they will come back one day in Biafra land. You are gone. And your skeleton will not be remembered anyway. Shame on you.
And once again, we are coming to you from the Republic of Biafra government in exile, located 1717 Washington Avenue, Avenue,
Pennsylvania
DC.
Avenue, Washington.
Pennsylvania Avenue. Sorry, excuse my language. So you can reach us. Our phone number is on the screen.
Yes.
We need.
The phone number.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Yeah, the phone number is +1 202 787 8909. Once again, +1 202 787 8909. Call us, get with us, deliberate with us. We are not an organization. We are a uniting body. We are an umbrella. We are willing to discuss with anybody, any group, any organization, be it autopilot, be it IPOB. We are open. We have a common destination, that is Biafra, and the release of Nnamdi Kanu. So we are not here to, we're not for Peter for Apollos, in the sense that we are open-minded. We want freedom for our people. We want freedom for our people. We've suffered enough. So today, we had hoped that we will have a free and fair election, but that didn't happen. But to God be the glory. God will shape things up for us. In the meantime, what we're seeing is not too bad. Peter Obi is still in the lead. We don't know what's going to happen at the end of the day. But whatever happens, Nigeria government, INEC, they are politicians, they will give an account of their stewardship.
Absolutely. Absolutely. We will not stop. We will keep creating this awareness and let people know that Biafra Republic of Biafra government in exile is here to work with Peter Obi to release Nnamdi Kanu. Is here to work with Peter Obi to at least give us quality of life. Give us to at least, let me say, there was this thing I came across. I would be glad to play it so that people would know when we talk and we clamor for our independence, we have a reason for that. Biafrans have really, really seen it all. Honestly, we have really seen it all, and it's time for us to know what we want. Look at this. This is from His Excellency himself, Peter Obi himself. Look at it.
WhatsApp sent by Tinubu's group. No, I want to read that. No. Okay. Just read that. Yoruba, shine your eyes on. If you vote for Peter, is automatically voting for seaport in South and Southeast. The Igbos will stop coming to Lagos State to invest, rather they will go to Delta and River State. They may even stop building houses in Lagos. It will affect a lot of Yorubas. Yoruba revenue.
I want.
This is your conduct. You don't see the value of let's have something better. He reads all the confusion. And that's it. And he was about it. I'm not sure that money is okay. He was about it. When he comes here and give him money, he said, Jagaban is the best country.
That is your nation. And at this point, this is your nation. And at this point, I'm going to be bringing Dr. Dares. He is to anchor these brokers from now. Dr. Dares, you're welcome, sir. It's election day, and a lot is happening on the ground. We have been monitoring. We have been getting reports. A lot of rigging, and yet Peter Obi, per CNN report, is still leading. You're welcome to the studio, sir. Take it up from there.
I'm going to apologize for coming in a little bit late. And I am so glad, I'm so happy that I have my brother, Chief Mbakwe, and you, Wada. Thank you so much. This shows the love we have for a turning around of our nation. Evil men will continue to be evil. In all they have done all these years, their conscience never pricked them. They thought they are going to pull the wool over our eyes again. Never again in our lifetime. A new Nigeria is coming. We were saying yesterday that the light is we have seen the light at the end of the tunnel. My brother, my sister, I am happy that in my lifetime, a new Nigeria will come. And from that new Nigeria, if things don't go our way, we are going back to Biafra. This is hope. But I've been watching on social media. Can you see what people are doing? They know they have won, they have lost. They bought crowds to show up in their campaign, thinking that the crowd will not vote their conscience. They have done all they could do. They prevented people from voting. But even in the northern part of Nigeria, everywhere, the returning poll shows that LP is leading. They stopped people from I'm wondering, we were saying that INEC will never supervise a credible election. They have shown it. Do you know that these people were already paid? They were already paid, and they uncovered the money they were going to give. But in spite of who they have paid, people, they have shown us. Gradually, this is restoring my hope that Nigeria is not that bad. Our people are not that evil. No matter what they have done with trying, vote buying, everything they have done, yet people stood their ground and voted their conscience. People want change. We are not animals. No matter what they have done, we are not animals. And this is where my joy is. And I'm so happy to see that in spite of what they have done, things are moving forward. Okay?
Yes.
They, from what I saw on social media, there were some polling booths where they didn't even show up. People showed up from 7 a.m. till almost late this evening. The INEC officials did not return. Is it one of the, and so that happened in one of the northern states, though? Was it the place where, is that Kwankwaso or whoever it is that was going to vote, and the INEC official didn't show up? It's unbelievable.
Hey,
He was so mad.
Nigeria.
He was so mad. He stayed in the polling booth in his own district. He is a presidential candidate. The INEC official did not show up. He sat there for a long time and he went home.
Yes. You see, the evil that men do live with them these days, not after them. So when people do not lay a foundation of, when you lay a foundation of anarchy, you don't expect to get peace.
Yes.
So this is, they're reaping what they sowed a long time ago. It's just like the one that, let me speak Nigerian English. They said this one sweet me pass. This one where sweet me pass. Be say our own man Peter Obi won in Aso Rock in Villa. He won.
Praise the Lord.
All right. Okay.
He won in Villa. So that was, yes. Somebody just sent it. Mr. President just sent it to me, reporting. You know, he's monitoring both CNN and BBC and everything. Peter Obi won in Villa, Aso Rock. He
and did Buhari vote for him? Did he vote LP?
That is victory.
Buhari said he voted for Peter Obi. So that would tell you that, you know, I was playing something before you came in about what Bola Tinubu men are doing. Let me play it one more time, then you tell me what you think about it. This is His Excellency Peter Obi speaking. Listen.
What's up, 70 by Tinubu's group? What did it have? No. Okay. Just sit down. Yoruba, shine your eyes on. If you vote for Peter Obi, he's automatically voting for seaport in South and South. People will stop coming to Lagos State to invest, rather they will go to Delta and River State. They may even stop building houses in Lagos. It will affect a lot of Yorubas. Yoruba remove. This is your conduct. You don't see the value of let's have something better. He means all the confusion. And that's it. I know somebody. I'm not sure I know it. It's okay. It's okay. When you come here and give me one, say they can buy the best bank.
This is unreal.
It is true.
It is unreal.
When Animal Farm.
Dr. This is real.
I grew up in Lagos. In Isaleko.
Yes.
No Lagosians that can understand this fact.
I know Saleko. Saleko is a Ijare market. I know. Yes.
Where Oba of Lagos
Benin,
in the 70s. In the 70s, the Tinubu family himself.
You have Jankara market.
The original Tinubu family. My family's packing store was in Isaleko. Okay. Growing up when I was in high school. So what we have done, what the Igbo people have done in building Nigeria, we can never be used and marginalized to such a proportion that is unreal. So it is good for everybody that our own area, other areas are kept in darkness. This is a form of slavery.
It is.
Yes.
But But the government, the new government is coming. No area is going to be left undeveloped. This is the whole Nigeria. People cannot be using taxes, some wicked tactics to hold others down. So what is good to the geese is good to the gangers.
Yes.
The whole Nigeria must be a place where no matter where you come from, you have opportunity. Okay, the landlock that is going on in Lagos right now, the bottleneck that is in there, is it a good thing?
Conjunction.
The congestion that is going on in Lagos, is it a good thing?
No.
Okay.
No.
So he's beginning to understand that the Igbos were the developers of Nigeria then.
Yes, that's the message.
The message is given.
Yeah.
He's talking from both sides of his mouth.
Yes.
Go ahead, Chief. Go ahead, Chief. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. No, I was just concurring what you said.
He is talking from both sides of his mouth. From the days I was in high school, okay, everybody has gone to Lagos and knew that this is a place where everybody comes to buy. People from the East comes to Lagos to buy and go back to East. People from Dahomey, people from Ghana, and all over the place. The place has been developed to such a point that it has become so landlocked. Other places can be developed. But the Nigeria that is coming, nobody should be afraid. But is this why they are preventing the other people from voting?
Yes.
From exercising their civic rights?
Yes.
Okay, most polling stations in Lagos, there was some kinds of the Festac area which actually was mostly other tribes, including the Igbos. Do you know that LP was not included in the ballot, not even having the LP like they say they're going to do, not even having the symbol. Everybody said they are not going to vote. In most areas, I could hear them saying, this is APC polling station, you must never vote. And there are some polling stations where when you intentionally vote for APC, they will beat you up.
Wow.
Why is this happening? Is this not one Nigeria?
They don't care.
Is this not one Nigeria? Oh, let me correct myself in the statement that I made before. It was the vice president of Atiku. What was his name again? Shetima.
Okay.
In his own, the polling booth that was named by his village, Shetimari something. APC did not show up. And the election official, INEC did not show up, and he could not vote. And in some of the cities of the north, the zone Shetima, where he is, NNPP or whatever their name is called, had only one vote. Only one person cast. Every one of the vote was going to Kwakwanso. In Kwakwanso's area, one vote was cast. Everybody was voting for LP. So no matter what they have done, the vote, the whole Nigeria have spoken.
Yes, and it must be respected.
The masses have spoken, and it must carry out the will of the people.
Must be
you know, the irony of the whole thing that has been going on, the party of intimidation, the government of impunity, to the point that even Buhari, they were intimidating him to come and campaign for him. They will show up pictures what he said, but he voted his conscience. Do you know that IBB has supported P2B? Do you know that Olusegun Obasanjo has supported P2B? So if they were doing so good, even Babangida, that's IBB. Even if they were doing good, would this have been the consensus? The whole nation has rejected them. They can keep rigging. Do you notice that one of our prayer was that let the land they walk on. Let the land they walk on stand up against them. One of the trucks, one of the vans or whatever they carried to carry some INEC cards to go and use it to vote. The van turned upside down. It capsided, which tells you that this is unreal. I can't believe that in my lifetime things will change. You know, You know, one second here.
Yeah.
What was that? The name of that poet, Bemuk. I've forgotten his first name. Edmund Bemuk.
Edmund Bemuk. Okay.
Yes, he says that the only reason why evil thrive
because
is that good men refuse to do something. And the good people of Nigeria have spoken.
It must be
and the voice of man, the voice of good man is the voice of God. And the voice of God has spoken for our nation. And it has come to pass that a change has come.
Dr. Days.
Yes, sir.
Dr. Days, you know, it's not over until it's over.
Yes.
So at this point, we are still getting returns on the vote.
Yes.
So I'm going to play the devil's advocate. Should P2B, because we all are hoping, expecting P2B to shine, should the reverse be the case? What would be your take? What do you envisage that's going to happen, or what will you expect? Do you think international observers will intervene, or do you think our people are man enough? They've got the balls to resist and to push for either election or what? What's your take?
What is right is right. From so far the returning that is coming out, the masses have spoken. In every nook and cranny, in the south, in the west, in the north, in the east, the masses have spoken. And I note to answer that, there was one polling station, I forgot, I think it's in the Riverine area in the south side.
Yeah.
It was raining. The people were not dissuaded by the rain. They said all of them lined up. Rain was beating them. Some have umbrellas, some do not. They said they are here for a change. If the masses have voted and their will was scattered by whatever reason, by however, they have tried to rig. I have been hinting this a long time ago when they went to our neighboring countries, Nigeria Republic and all of them, and they were voting, they were registering them. And people were saying, how do you know that? Why are you saying that? If they have done all these things to rig and they did not work, and they come to the last time, I think they're going to pull the wool over our eyes. It's not going to happen. The masses will stand up. There will be much. I'm not advocating any violence. They have done it in Lagos State. They have prevented so many people from voting in Lagos. They closed so many voting polling booths. When they showed up, there was one in Bendel, whereby they went there and they noticed that every thumbprint was for LP. They burned the whole thing. Yes. They turned the things down and burned everything up. They can do all they want to do. But one thing I didn't say yesterday when we were on was that I would have encouraged everybody, after they have voted and they notice every irregularity, they will count everybody by raising of hand. Everyone should raise their hand who they voted for, and they count all of them, and they record it down. This was in my mind, and for some reason I forgot to mention it. Anybody who voted and they went around and turned it upside down, they must count by head, count by hand, and record it and post it. This is all that voted, because this is no more propaganda
at all.
This is no longer
propaganda. But Dr. Dave.
Yes, sir.
This is okay. This is a good idea. But what if they refused? Because you can see they are doing all these things with impunity. When they're telling you, if you are not for APC, leave. You can't vote unless you want to vote APC. I mean, how clearer can it get to anybody?
Let me play that.
How more loud can it get?
Dr. Dave, exactly. That's exactly what I wanted you to look at it.
Very good point. Go ahead and play. Go ahead and play. Let's see.
Because
now I need to come out now. Right from time, as them bring in INEC personnel, them soldiers supposed to be now. Not be said they go leave. What did they solve? I mean, now when they don't come
They don't they scatter pulling unit. Now they got the command. No, at first you people are supposed to be there. See, make una dey careful because those of una when they scatter ballot box, una go yara watch this video, share this video, share and
Oh,
What does that
Nigeria.
tell you? What does that tell you? What this says is that consensus has risen. The masses have spoken. Yes, they can continue with their impunity. They can continue to be with impunity. But you know what? We said, thank you, ma. Thank you, ma. Thank you.
This was somewhere in Lekki, where they came and looked at people who queued to vote and asked them, if you know you're not voting for APC, leave. So everybody now left. Then the military men that Bola Tinubu and the Wike sent became angry and they started shooting in the air, dispersing everybody.
Well, what we have to understand is that the only reason why Evo thrive is that for good men to do nothing. They cannot intimidate us anymore.
No.
Remember in the NSAS, they used their military to intimidate us. And we ran away. We cannot allow them to come back for the next 8 years. It does not matter what they do to discourage us from choosing the right person to rule and to bring a change in the nation. We are going to, everybody will stand firm now. We are resolved. We are resolved. We notice how much they have bought, they have paid others under the table. But yet, even in their campaigns, they bought people to come and show up in the crowd, yet it has not worked. At what point would this impunity stop? At what point will the evil-minded human being continue to perpetuate evil? The whole nation knows that we need a change. The masses have spoken, and if our will by voting LP is not honored, I agree with civil disobedience. Well, who is the court? Since they will intentionally do this, I don't trust the court no more. Nnamdi Kanu was set free and by the court, and he was held down. So what court? Is it the same kangaroo court that voted the person that came forth in Imo State that we're going to allow? What court are we going to? The people will rise up and demand their rights.
Now, another school of thought, Dr. Dave. Come along with me.
Yes, sir.
Now, Peter B gets the mandate. What stopped the angry side what stopped them from instigating a riot and then causing the military government to take over and declare curfew everywhere?
There's something you must understand. The government of Buhari has said he's tired. He is done ruling. He voted his choice. Okay? Now, they cannot pull the wool over our eyes. The military, they can do whatever they want to do. But the masses, there comes a time when the masses say they are tired. The public is tired. Everybody is tired of the mess they have. Who are they bringing? Is that the APC that could not cure a headache that they're bringing in? Of the PDP that do not know their left and their right? The PDP that is trying to buy everybody, thinking that the money they stole.
I'm talking about military takeover. I'm talking about military takeover. A coup.
Here's my point. Who will rule? The military?
Yes.
The military.
Yeah, it happened several times after the Biafran war.
Mazimbabwe, one thing you need to understand is the same way there is division in Nigeria today, there is still division in the military.
The military, yes.
Yes, there is division. I don't want to say one or two things because the Southerners and there is still much. How will you be happy? You've been an officer for served the nation for multiple years, and they will bring a non-entity from the other side and make him your boss. Many of them are not happy there. They just
no, I'm just playing the devil's advocate. I'm just trying to provoke you. I'm trying to provoke you to, to dump it.
let me come in there. The military now is not united as it was in 1966.
Yes.
Every region has a problem with the military.
Right.
There's no unity there. Did you notice that to avoid military takeover, the current administration continued to retire people when they get to a certain point?
Right.
No one tribe can carry on the Nigerian military again.
No, man.
Until things are revamped. What will they do? How many people would they shoot? If they're shooting in one state, in one part of the region, the other region will rise up. Nigeria does not have enough military to circulate every state and prevent people from speaking their mind.
Right.
The few ones that are there in the polling booth in Lagos, I don't know if they are really military. I don't know. Those who were in Lagos State were really military. Because if they were military and they notice that election is not going very well, they should answer for it. If they were there to supervise a free and fair election and things were going irregularly, things were going wrong, and they did nothing, they should be held accountable. And I do believe that somebody deployed them. Yes. There is a list of those who deployed them, unless it was the APC talk that they sent. Okay? Awesome. If it was the APC talk that they send, we will see, we will know it. Yes, some things wrong have taken place that the military did not take charge of the wrong situation. They did not take charge. They did not make any corrections. People were being turned back. People were not allowed to vote their choice. People were not allowed to exercise their civic responsibility as Nigerians. And the military was there and they did nothing. They need to be held accountable. What they did in Lekki was swept under the rug. Election malpractices can never be swept under the rug.
Right.
Everywhere, meaning Nigeria, is out for justice. And now it is clear to every eye. Yes, the Western observers, well, I don't know what they are seeing, but they are noticing, if they're truly observing, if, like I know, in the video that came out on social media, whereby some political party and their so-called people were talking about how they're going to rig and all that, and they are making every effort to do that. They have planned, even to the point of going to the polling booth and turn the election of the people upside down, even to the point of going to the polling booth knowing that they are losing and they are burning up.
Right.
How people have voted.
We have seen a little bit of that today.
Okay. I don't know the immunity they claim to have had, but the shroud of immunity has to be rolled back. When a person commits a crime that is anti the nation, I mean, what's that word? Has somebody help me with the right word?
What word?
No. For example, they were calling before that there will be war if they lose. I mean, there's a political term used for that word there. When somebody
is it patriotism or what? Patriotic or what?
No. It's when somebody goes anti-government, when somebody tries to overthrow a ruling government by any act, treason. It's a treasonable word. It doesn't matter the shroud of immunity. Of course, nobody is against the law.
Yep.
When somebody performs a treasonable felony, they should be called into it. If a sitting governor can go by himself and scuttled the election of a people, he should account for it. Any soldier, any presidential candidate that is found culpable in any of these kinds of wrong, they will account for it. But
not in Nigeria. No.
Well, did you ever believe that a party without name, a party without what was the accusations? They said they have no
cabals, no godfatherism, no godfathers.
Yes, a party without money could be winning. Okay, it is only before they have done all they have done in the past, and we looked away. Okay, they were awarded money to build roads. They took the money and we looked away. They were awarded money to bring electricity in Nigeria. They took all the money and we looked away. Everybody is tired. And we are tired of being tired. This is the last they can do. They cannot pull the wool over our eyes anymore. We are ready to take over our nation, whereby everybody have equal rights,
justice,
fairness, and equity for all. This is a good news, Chief. Yes, we may think that they have done it in the past. We looked away. We are not looking away anymore. So since they've been doing this, when was the first time you stood up and speak your mind? You are speaking your mind now. The same thing is going on the polling station. Everybody is speaking their mind. And that is good news for us all. A new Nigeria is coming.
Now, what's left for you to do now is to convince me that those of us in diaspora are going to have a change of heart, a change of mind, where we'll now make a decision to get in the trenches, because all hands on the deck makes the rowing easier. So no more sitting on the fence. Can you convince me on that we're going to do the needful now?
I share your view on that, sir. You know, yesterday we were talking about those of us who have been here for more than 4 decades. Okay? Nobody quarrels with success. I recall in the early 70s, every Nigerian that went overseas and has acquired a 4-year degree, even as associate degree, the government was requiring them to come back home to help build. Now, those of us who have true brain drain has gone away. We left those who were there for this many years, and they have never proved that they could do a thing. Now, since they have not done a thing, and the masses have showed that we are not supporting their inabilities and incapabilities. Well, those of us in diaspora, what are you thinking? What are you waiting for? A time has come, and being in diaspora doesn't mean that every one of us is professional. Because I've seen some that went home and went into stealing. This is when men of prudence, men of capability, men of integrity, those that can deliver will be needed to come and do the work. At this stage in my life, I'm not looking for more money. What am I looking for the money for? I have the much I have already. What will it do for me? I'm not going to sleep in two bedrooms at one night. I'm not going to be riding in 2 cars at one time. I have seen the difference. The youths are suffering. And those who believe in building the tomorrow, the processes must be changed in Nigeria. What will get things right is changing the processes and be able to, the ill-fated 1999 Constitution that empowered rogues, roguery, and impunity must be changed. and everybody will be held accountable under the law. The new nation coming will be a level playing ground where your qualification, your ability to deliver should be looked at, not because you are from my tribe or we are the same brother or my father knows your father and your father knows my father. Those things are gone.
It is called meritocracy. Yes.
Those things are gone. Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, our problem have always been not having that conducive atmosphere or the congenial environment to be able to apply or exert our influence towards the development of our motherland. So maybe there's light at the end of the tunnel. If this election goes well, we have the right person in place that will create such an atmosphere, create such a congenial environment for those in diaspora, that have been exposed to information and knowledge to come back home and apply it and develop our land. Because it has always been the atmosphere and the situation, the political situation or economic or everything political plus safety that has always deterred us from doing that. But I'm hoping with P2B going in, because I feel personally that he has the antidote to cure our illness.
Definitely, I agree with you completely. I have had them saying, hold us accountable. Hold us accountable. Now, accountability is a standard whereby things are done by what is right and not what we feel. Okay? Many of us here, Nigerians all over the world, have performed at the marginal capacity. Okay? And if we find those kinds of men, okay, you see why, this is why I say that our people lies a lot. A list will be brought out of capabilities and abilities, past performances. And all of a sudden, a person that does not know anything about anything will pull away the person who knows and put the wrong person. Why do you think they are insisting that the wrong parties will come on? Because they know that the reality is coming in spite of the game, in spite of the money they've stockpiled to be able to play this game and pull a wool over our eyes. Everybody stood by it and said no. This is why you have to realize that the seasons of change has come. I was listening to what Attorney General said. Attorney General is an APC Attorney General. I heard what he said. I have never thought that man could speak the truth. But I heard what was going on social media, where he was saying that how can few individuals put their interest over 200 million people? He said, I wish I can go back to play it for everybody to see. He said, if there was a few individuals that has stockpiled over 200 billion, they are going to use to buy others. He said they are not going to listen to them. Even if they are from APC and they are saying that they are against them, they will remain against them because the interest of the masses overrides few individuals. Just like you're asking me, even some military men, I saw on social media where they are all protesting, saying, vote P2B. Can they, after saying all that, they want a change too? Do you know that military men are not paid?
Yes.
When the salary voted out for them comes out, few individuals will carry it. Nobody is happy with what these evil men have done. The devil that brought them in, they must go back to hell and rot with them. I'm so sorry for this kind of strong language from me. Every one of these evil men that felt like they have put their neck upon the nation and the masses,
they will pay.
the time has come for them to go back to hell.
Amen. So shall it be.
Yesterday, we said we are going to retire some of them. As a matter of fact, some of them have run to London already because they know it wasn't going to turn to their. Have you seen any of them voting? Where was some of the presidential candidates voting? Nobody saw any of them. The only person seen today voting was Peter Obi. If anybody has any other picture of them voting, they should show us. We want to see them voting. We want to see them in the polling booth sitting there. The president was there voting too. And he voted LP.
LP. According to them. I don't know whether that was photoshopped.
Well, whatever it is, let him come out and say he didn't vote LP.
Yes, whatever it is, we agreed to that. At least Peter Obi won in Aso Rock. I mean, where else? And that's one thing I try to tell my people, because I'm reading some of the things that are talking here. We Biafrans, we Nigerians, all we need is basic things to make life a little bit comfortable. We develop ourselves. We are hardworking people. We're entrepreneurs, men and women. We don't even depend. We're not going to even depend on the government to do the things that will enhance and develop our nation or develop our community. What we need is a stability in security, constant light supply, NEPA, good road to convey your goods and materials. All we need is good education to bring the knowledge we have acquired overseas and impart it on our people, so that when we go, when we are gone, our generation, the next generation, we keep on, preaching the good gospel. We don't even demand a lot.
Point there.
Yeah,
you have a wonderful point. Let me come in. There's something on display from Gwenga Bello.
Yeah, I'm trying to read that. Yes,
Gwenga, I'm going to say something to you. The new Nigeria is not about Igbo. It's not about politics. It's about telling the truth. I grew up in Lagos, where people never told the truth. Okay? I grew up in Lagos, in Isaleko, where truth was never told. No one has exclusivity. Even the so-called Christians cannot tell the truth. If we were telling the truth, why did our nation go down the drain and nobody spoke up? That is not politics. Politics will not rule this time. Truth will rule. Truth overcomes every evil. And there's no matter, and I don't care whether you are pointing at the Igbos or you are pointing at the Yorubas. We are Nigerians. We are not tribal. But I've lived all my life as an adult in Lagos where truth was never told. I was there when offices were being born, when every federal government office was being born. Who were in charge? I don't want to go into those areas now. Some have ruled Nigeria for the past 60 years and nothing good has ever happened. Were the Igbos the ones in charge? Why don't you point your accusing fingers to them? Stop that bullshit.
Now also, Amaka, I want you to play back that message from the guy that was talking about why would they vote for Igbos? Because if they do, then they will have their seaport, and then they will lose their business in Lagos.
Chief,
okay, sir.
Let me finish. This nonsense of intimidation, of using tribal politics must stop. I have seen it all my life played on. All the what do you call them? The PAMSECs were all Yorubas. All the PAMSEC has been on while the money was being siphoned. We are our people. Stop blaming the Igbos. This is bullshit. No such intimidations can never go on unchallenged anymore. We cannot play this tribal politics anymore. Yes, Peter Obi is a man sent by God. He's not standing for the Igbos, he's standing for the whole Nigerians. But the wrong has been done before, we cannot switch it under the rug. The time is gone when nonsense takes over reasoning and senses. Thank you for bringing out that point. Please, fellows, go ahead.
And I want this guy to understand that Lagos is not all that Nigeria must have. Because if you are trying to make Lagos seaport the seaport for the entire Nigeria, you're being very selfish. What is wrong with Port Harcourt being developed? What is wrong with Calabar being developed? I recently ordered some few equipment from China, or it came through Lagos, and I had to transport it from Lagos to Umuahia. What are you talking about? If we had Port Harcourt developed as a seaport, I wouldn't have to go to Lagos, and it would be quite cheaper for me to have done that. What are you talking about? You are being selfish. Because that message that that guy had about why would they vote Peter Obi, because if that happens, then Peter Obi is going to open up Calabar Seaport or Proper Seaport. It's a Yoruba guy that was saying that. I mean, we're trying to cover up our dirty sheets. Then you are trying to invoke it. I went to secondary school in Yoruba land, of a grammar school. I had Yoruba friends. So what are you talking about? You guys have a conduct, a character that we're trying to kind of cover, because there's no point going back to the past. Let's look forward to the future. But don't remind me, particularly me, of the inadequacies I've encountered. So let's be a little more pragmatic. Let's not dwell on the past. Let's not be selfish. Let's be open. We're all brothers. Both Yoruba and Igbos, we're brothers.
Please, gentlemen, there is something that came in now. They want me to let the world know. Look at it. I want everybody to listen to this guy and listen to what he's saying. He said that election have been completed in their polling booths and the result counted and completed, but they needed to send it to the server for documentation. There is a code that they're supposed to use to send it to the server. The INEC says that the code, they can't find the paper where they wrote the code. Yes. That they should bring the reports and whatever to INEC office. And he is saying that another person from another polling booth called and said the same thing, that they're looking for the code.
Yes, let them keep looking for it.
Well,
let them keep looking for it. Because they want it so they can doctor it. Idiot.
It's a game. Why don't they start putting it out on? Why don't they start putting it out on social media right now?
It's not going to happen this time around.
That's what I'm saying. Hold on.
As quickly as possible. We are done in our polling unit. We've done every processes. We followed up from beginning to the end. The results have been counted and computed. And just we are clear. You could see I've already sent the results. Right now, there's a code they're supposed to use to send the results to the server. So they will enter that code in the device and send it to the server. Right now, all of a sudden, they say they are looking for the code. And they are looking for it everywhere. You can see me. It's falling. Rain is falling where I am now. You know, rain I'm actually that Aso Metama Drive area. That's where the polling unit is. Rain is falling, and I've been on that rain looking for this paper everywhere. They've not found this paper. And another colleague from the other polling unit, after our own, called again and said something is happening there. And they are also looking for the paper to send for the code to send this thing to the server. And they said if they don't find it, they should bring the device to INEC. If this device leaves to INEC, everything can happen. Everything will be changed. We are very sure of that. We are not sure what's going on. So anywhere Labour Party is winning or has won, they will say they are looking for something. Please send this thing. And nobody should leave any police center until they find that paper there. Nobody should do that. Please send this as quick as possible. That's the next plan. It's a technical, both disenfranchisement and technical plan and approach that they have. They are doing everything possible to make this thing, to make our effort be in vain. Send this and please let everybody be aware. I don't want to sound so bad and so negatively, but we have to get it right. This nonsense will have to stop.
Well, thank you, Wada. Listen, here's the point here. the process of rigging has been put in place.
Mm-hmm.
This is all that process of rigging showing up. My advice at this point in time is every polling booth, post them on social media. Post everything that, for what we have seen, there's virtually no polling booth that carried out an election that LP did not win. Post all these things online and hold on them. Do not send them to them. When they, now, every government paper generated must always have a backup. How is it that the ones that are sent over there are the code is lost? Somebody is playing a game,
right,
and they cannot win in this game.
Look,
They are not talking to children.
yes,
that is what the PDP spent sleepless nights planning. And of course, APC doing something too. It's not going to work this time around. Yes. That young man that is on the Facebook or Backbook making stupid comments, go and school yourself. Go and school yourself.
He can. Anybody can say what they want to say. Everyone is entitled to their opinion. But the fact is that we have seen the handwriting on the wall in them trying to rig, in them trying to skirt justice, in them trying to prevent justice. Where are our news media? Where are our news media? Are they not listening to this? Are they not speaking? Are they not seeing it? Why don't they send all this information to the news media? Put them all on social media. You know, the last time they did what they did to rig the election, they denied it. It's not going to be that prevalent again. Okay? It's not going to be that again. It's not going to be that way again. This is election for the whole Nigeria. This is election for everybody. This is election. Please remove that which you have put over my face. I don't know who's putting Facebook this over my face. It doesn't have to be there. Okay. Now, the point still remains. Nigeria is for all Nigerians. Everything that has gone wrong in the past, we are about to correct. There needs to be a level playing field for every human being. It doesn't matter. We must be. Obi says there were no Nigerians. He is looking to create people who will be Nigerians. He's looking for people that will be Nigerians. If we're sitting down here and we're pointing out, because for the first time in our generation, it's becoming a reality that somebody from the eastern area will be the president. And all of a sudden it's a Igbo. What happened all these years when others were ruling?
No, they will not talk.
This method of intimidation must never go unanswered now. Anybody that starts any of this nonsense must be stopped. Stop it. Stop it right now. We are looking for a new Nigeria, a new nation where things will work for everybody. It's not about the Igbos now. And stop making the Igbos villain either. Because when some other people were ruling, nobody was making we joined everybody and provided a support for things to work very well. If it was about Igbos, Obasanjo will not be coming out hooting for P2B. If it is about the Igbos, IBB will not come out hooting for Igbos. Everyone have seen that we have failed. All those have ruled in the past failed. Stop that BS. It's not going to work anymore. Let us look for a new Nigeria where things work well, where we work together. At the football field, we played as a team and we won. Why is it about Igbos now? Why is it so? You can never play that game again because nobody will listen to you. So the tribal card is out of the door. They wanted to play it when Obi was coming, and Obi said he's not coming as an Igbo man, he's coming as a qualified man. The government is about Nigeria.
If you don't understand it, the only people that can turn Nigeria around are the people that can turn Nigeria around. Those who have been there all these years have shown us that they wasted our resources and they did nothing. And nothing has ever started, and you're starting to play that tribal card again. You got to be mad. You got to be crazy. It got to be off your mind to begin to think that that is where we are going. The Igbos, as they were, are for all. I have never seen any tribe since I was a child that was in every part of Nigeria developing, doing everything. How many people has ever gone to other places and developed? Stop the bullshit. That is a BS. Stop it. Election has never gone already, and you're showing up online talking about Igbos.
That's what they are good at.
Nobody voted now as an Igbo. We are sitting here now talking about them, making sure that everywhere LP has won, that election should be announced. They refuse to let them announce it, and you are sitting down there. All you could do is talk about the Igbos and their politics. Who voted as an Igbo man now? Everybody voted as a Nigerian because we want a change. If you cannot join the change agent, get off. Get off. Everything happening in Lagos, was it about Igbos? We're trying to save Nigeria and you are talking about Igbos. Come on, man. Stop that nonsense.
Yes. Dr. Days, you said it without any ambiguity. All along, we'll be preaching fair election, honest election,
yes,
truthfulness. We have never come to push ourselves forward. We're asking for fair election. And as long as everything is fair, whoever wins, wins. But all along, since early this morning in Nigeria, all the polling booths, they have had inconsistencies, discrepancies here and there. In some areas, people are being chased out. In other areas, are being denied of their voting cards. In other places, they didn't show up on time. These are things that does not promote fair and fair election we're talking about. So coming to make it a different, an issue, a different issue. The issue at hand is for us to have a fair and free election and determine who will be the next president of the Republic of Nigeria.
Who has the capability of
changing? And who has the capability, exactly? Who can deliver? Not, it's my turn. It's not, I've done this, I've done that for my people. It's what can you do for Nigeria?
The whole Nigeria. The whole Nigeria. Our children stayed almost for almost a year. They did not go to school. Okay? They did not go to school. Only those that have good money were able to send their children to private school. What kind of nation are we building? A nation where the rich, the so-called rich, those who stole our money. Because when I hear somebody say that somebody is rich, I need to know what they have done. I have spent over 40 years in America working hard for whatever I have earned. If I said I have money, I know I worked for it. I want to see what all these so-called elites, who made them elite, what do they know? What have they done better than anybody else? Where did they make their money? They stole all our money and we're calling them babake. And we're prostrating before them and we're saying that they have money. Who has that money? If you're a rogue, you're a rogue. If you're a thief, you're a thief. If you're a politician and you have stolen all that you have stolen and you never work for it, there's no respect for you.
No, it's only in Nigeria.
Only in Nigeria.
A thief is welcome. You say, oh yeah, it's a good thief because he has come here. There's nothing like a good thief. There's nothing like good thief. If you're a thief, you're a thief. And that's all they've done to skin the country alive, to rape the country, rape the economy.
This is it.
And leave us bare and dry.
This is it.
We're talking about education for our people.
Yes.
We're talking about good roads. We're talking about health.
Yes.
Hospitals.
Yes.
We're talking about, basic, normal life, basic.
Better life. Better life for all. It's not because you live in Ikoyi or you live in Eva, you have light, and the other person living in Ikorodu can never have light. This is not what we are talking about. Things like light is an amenity that is available for every human being. Things like water is available for everyone. Things like a good road is like what is available for everyone. It's not like good roads should be in Lagos and good roads should not be in Ogun. What is good for the girls must be good for the gangers. This is what we are looking at. If you guys have forgotten that fairness is fairness, and for you Christians, you are the ones that I'm talking to right now. Because in all this polling booth where my practices are going, are you telling me there are no Christians there? Why are you not speaking up? I mentioned earlier on in the 70s, I was growing up in Lagos. A situation will be going on, somebody is watching, and you are talking about it, and you're looking at it, the person sees it, and when they ask him, say, I don't see anything, no. I don't see anything, no. Why are we lying? Why are we liars in Nigeria?
And that is why we have remained undeveloped.
Of course.
That is why Nigeria, Africa, by extension, has remained undeveloped. And until we change, we're going nowhere. But that change is about to take place. And anybody that stands on the way, we're going to crush that person. It doesn't matter where you are located, we will find you. And when we find you, we'll not only put you out, but also anything that has your gene in them. Yes. So
look at how many of people are dying in deserts. How many of our people have drowned in Mediterranean Sea trying to cross over to Europe? How many? And many of us cannot see reality. When it comes, you are talking about tribes. How long can we continue to suffer, for goodness sake? How long? How long? How long shall this continue to go on? A land that is literally flowing with milk and honey, and people are poor to the... Somebody was, I could recall years and years ago, the first time I wanted to bring down internet to Nigeria, during the time of Obasanjo administration, 24-hour TV. We negotiated this all the way from Spain and got everything down to come down for the license. They said, no, Nigeria is not ready for 24-hour TV. The moment the project and the things were submitted and somebody turned around and gave it to a tribal man, and the thing is running on right now. How long will this nonsense continue to go on? How long? I have been one that has suffered from all these kinds of things.
No.
I have
that no man business has come to an end.
Will this continue to go? Somebody will work so hard and bring something down, and because it's not your tribe, because it's not your own people, and you will pull it from them and give it to your own man, and the person cannot do it better. I am not new in Nigerian business. I am not new in what is going on in Nigeria. It has affected me in many forms. Okay? We are going to bring this down from the ocean straight to Nigeria so that it will be working. And they took it from us. The moment we turned around, not quite a few months later, under a year, somebody else started a 24-hour TV. They never thought about it. I worked on it with my hard earnings. And it wasn't allowed. And you are sitting down here telling me Igbo politics, Igbo politics, Igbo politics. Stop that bullshit, man. Stop it.
I hope he has heard you loud and clear. Because we are not going to tolerate such idiotic comments and mindset.
This cannot continue.
That should be history.
That is a thing of the past. If it wasn't this politics, why is this happening in Lagos State?
No.
If it's not politics, if it's not evil, if it's not liars, it's not a bunch of fools, why is this going on in Lagos State presently? That you will never, because you know you are going to lose in election, you will never allow others to vote.
You know, I'm sorry we're saying all this. Maybe we're trying to generalize, but I see Ufuaka Rotamanu.
I saw
so
you.
there are bad elements among them. Not every Yoruba, person is bad. No, there are bad elements that are insinuating, that are pushing this agenda just to create unrest.
I have seen
enemy between Igbos and Yorubas.
Chief, I have seen evil in my lifetime. I have seen. I grew up practically in Lagos, and by the virtue of God, I have been around this all my life. I am not talking as a novice. I'm not talking as a person, as an outsider. I have seen it. It has affected me in all forms. Things must change. Merit must be merit. The people who are capable of doing things should be able to do things. What are we afraid of? What are we afraid of? Why is it that truth cannot hold? And when somebody will tell you, brother, the wise, are you asking me, are you asking, brother, use wisdom? Are you using wisdom? Does it mean lying?
Look at why.
Okay. Just sit down. Yoruba, shine your eyes on. If you vote for Peter, is automatically voting for seaport in South and South and Southeast. Then Igbos will stop coming to Lagos State to invest, rather they will go to Delta and River State. They may even stop building houses in Lagos. It will affect a lot of Yorubas. Yoruba remove.
How do you swallow this?
How can anybody in their good mind?
Let's have something better. He means only confusion. And that's it. I know somebody.
How can anybody in their good mind?
When you come there and give him one, say
Thank you, Wada. How can anybody in their good mind ferment these kinds of division? At least, I have been in Lagos for I have lived in Lagos. Even I have properties in Lagos for the past 55 years. I have seen that happen. Okay? So we are telling us now that we are fools in helping develop a land without having any forms. So you have made us slaves in this world. That is what you're trying to tell me, that you will continue to perpetuate slavery where good can never happen to anywhere else. You must be a witch indeed.
All I can say is, as much as we're not going to generalize, we're not going to reflect on this, or across the board. That is, blame every Yoruba person we see. They have to speak out, because they are hearing these guys make these comments. They need to condemn it. I challenge the Yoruba group to condemn this. If they are hearing me, condemn this type of behavior. It does not make for peace. It does not make for unity. It does not make for collaboration between Yorubas and Igbos. Let's call a spade a spade. And this cannot continue.
My dear, I am not talking about Yoruba in general. I'm addressing the individual, the warped-minded human being.
But Dr. Diaz, he said that you understood him, you went out of context. And I want to tell him we have our phone number displayed on the screen. He can call to
call in. Let's talk
to clarify himself, because he said you are addressing him out of context. So
that's not true. I am not going out of context. I am talking in reality about a change that should be based on Nigerians, not on tribe. Yes, Peter Obi has a mind that is different from every other. But we learn from our past for us to get to the future. We will learn from our past. Okay, you are not talking to kids. You are talking to people who have grown up in Lagos, people who have lived. At the time I lived in Lagos, I never knew I was different. I was on Wazobia. You know, it was drama. When Mama tells me, he tells me move away, move from the bus, I will tell him why. You know, we were joking. And by the time he talked to me, Yoruba, I answered in Igbo. We were doing all this, and it was so funny. When they finished, he will call me a mommy, he will hug me. Even sometimes the old lady will pay for me. We have lived all these years as a people together, traded together, did business together until I went to America. And the same concept continues. We don't show up in Lagos believing that something is different. Okay, I've gone through the headache of Omonilos. Omonile will never allow me to build my house. And any level I build to, he will come and collect money from me. It doesn't happen in everywhere in the nation. Some things must change. There's no exclusivity to anybody. And this is why you want us to stay and remain perpetually slave. It is wrong. What is wrong is wrong. I'm still saying it. I've reached that age where I will tell the truth. Okay?
Okay. All hell can break loose.
Those that have known me in the careers, in business, in everything of life that I have done, they have known that I have said the truth. And I will always speak the truth. Wrong is wrong. If you believe that what you are saying, I misunderstood you, come up, call in, look at our number is showing. Call in the number. We will give you the chance. You speak up, correct yourself. The mindset is wrong. The mindset of evil is evil. People who continue to perpetuate evil all their life and believe that it's going to be like, you want people to remain slaves. Our people who build houses in Lagos, you come back and throw them down, and you want us to continue to be your slaves. Stop the nonsense. Enough is enough. We are talking about Lagos, where my area in the south, our villages are being ravaged. The oil is being brought up from our village, and you guys have been using it all these years, and you guys are in charge of it, and you guys do what you want to do with it, and now you are nothing has ever happened. You're already complaining about Igbo people and the people in the east. You have divided us across the south completely. Our villages are made nothing. Oil has been coming out of there. We can't drink water. We cannot do anything well. And yet the money is coming out, and you guys are using it. And now you are afraid. Well, Port Harcourt rivers will be fixed, and the Igbos will not come to Lagos. All the houses we own in Lagos, what are we going to do with them? All the houses we have in Kaduna, what are we going to do? Why do we are the only people that believe in one Nigeria. There's no Igbo man in every nook and cranny of Nigeria that has not gone there to develop it. And yet Igbo land is left undeveloped. And you like all that. There comes a time when we will all sit down and tell each other the truth. And this is the time when dialogue should come forth. This is why we want Biafra. This is why we want Biafra, because you don't want anything good for us. Because you believe that we must remain your slaves forever. It can never happen. Not in my lifetime again. Yes, P2B is coming forth. If it does not work for us, we are going back. We are going to remain our own nation.
Yes.
We want a level playing ground for every human being, whereby everybody work together, where everything is by merit, whereby whatever you do, you work hard for it and you will gain it. You will earn it. Don't believe that we are slaves. We are talking about new Nigeria. We're talking about election. You are in here interjecting politics of the Igbos, being part, Igbos being this, Igbos being that. You're not talking to kids. I've seen it over all my life. I've worked. It has affected me very, very well. And mostly Igbo people, it has affected most of them. But that we are not angry at anybody. Don't get me wrong now. We are not. We want a new Nigeria where everybody benefits. Where a Bendelite that can produce. Where a Joe man can produce. Where a Joku man can produce. Where a Fulani man that can produce, instead of them taking over everything. But by the way, what have you said about the Fulanis ruling the government for the past 8 years?
You never said anything.
You never said any
That's
word.
the problem we have.
This is election trying to come out and targeting Igbo politics. I said that is a BS. Quote me for it. That is nonsense. All these years, everybody was sidelined, and this was. Are you afraid that Igbos wouldn't include everybody when everybody voted for a new Nigeria? Is that what you're afraid of?
I think we'll give much time to him. We can move.
It's a general statement, my brother. It's a general statement. We have a Nigeria. We are coming to work for one Nigeria where everything will work for every human being, where every child will get up and is able to go to school. Okay? Look at the North. Lives are being wasted. Every corner. Right? Look at all areas, the agitation going on everywhere. That's not what we want. We want a nation whereby we can work well together. Those who are rigging, we are going to fish you out. As they're taking your pictures and posting it, we are going to make sure you come out and explain why. I saw some pictures in some parts of the country where somebody wants to go and snatch the ballot post. The police will catch him. If police is catching them and flogging them, why are they not doing it in Lagos, where somebody, army is sitting down there, somebody is burning the ballot box, somebody is preventing people? You see the point here? We claim to be one nation, but one rule applied to some people and one rule applied to others.
Yeah.
And in your mind, in your heart of hearts, it is okay.
This is why our destination is Biafra, whether they like it or not. Because we have lived through this for years, decades. At least let's go back to 1970 when the war ended, when you were promised reconstruction, rehabilitation, and whatever second hour, the third hour. None of them had happened. So what are they talking about? We have lasted, we have endured. So if we ask for Biafra today, I don't think it's too early.
I deliberately displayed there. I'm going to take it out for you guys to read. As this guy with a fake name has been writing a lot of rubbish here.
Yes.
I just decided to flash this one to play this because, you know, the world will be a better place if people will remove the log of wood in their eyes before seeing the pebble in another person's eye. Let me see. He says he's from Edo. I want the world to see what happened in Edo today. Done by sitting governor Obaseki. Listen.
What governor just did. This is governor's word. Look at what governor did. If you are here a few hours before this thing arrived,
this way.
The ward chairman was there. The local government chairman, the liaison chairman was there. The governor.
I can't see it.
We can't see it.
Your left side, maybe.
His word. So
yes.
He has refused not to vote. This is what he did. Okay. They have come here to scatter.
Anyway, we are hearing the vocal.
The fool. They have come here to scatter the election of today. This is what the new PDP did. The new PDP, because he knew that he's not going to win. This is what he did. The new PDP, that's the governor's PDP. He came here.
Thank you, Father.
For this guy that is saying that Igbos, that Edo was better than Igbos, I just wanted him to see what a sitting governor did in Edo today.
The truth remains what it is. We are not going to be moved off our trajectory by people sitting back and fermenting tribal rubbish. If Edo is not Igbo, I don't know what Edo is. Okay? If Edo, most people that speak Igbo language are not Igbos. Most people that speak refined Igbos are not going into that area. That is not my area. That's not my point right now. You can sit back in there and you can try all kinds of things you are talking to move people away. We are talking about new Nigeria, and we are talking about the evils that we have seen that kept election from happening. Even a sitting governor, I didn't want to mention his name. I saw that several times. He went to some polling booths and he noticed that everybody voted LP. Okowa went out there and turned things upside down. Okowa himself claimed he's an Igbo man, and you, an Edo person, is talking rubbish about the Igbos. I'm not going, my dear, we're not going to dwell on that anymore. We are looking for a new Nigeria.
Amen.
We are looking for how things can move better. Where all this wrong can be corrected. Okay?
So, my brother, Dr. Dave,
yes,
to those that were disenfranchised today, that were unable to vote, people, what message do you have for them? Many came and stayed and got hungry and went back and left. So what's the message to them?
Mark Anthony says the evils that men do lives after them. The evils that men do now, the evils that men do now will follow after them. Why is somebody afraid? What is this fear in the heart of man that will not allow them to allow the fellow Nigerians to exercise their civic responsibility? There is something inherent in the heart of man that believes that evil is good, that believes that wrong is right. And this is what I'm pointing out. Our nation has gone far left to the side of the demons so long, yet claiming to be Christians. We have gone far to the left side of the devil himself, and we claim to be Christians. So long as we are continuing to do evil and expecting good to come, that is pure madness. I want to challenge all my brethren in the West to speak up. I want to challenge them. If you cannot tell the truth, you are part of the demon. You are part of the devil that you are.
Yep.
If you can see evil and you will never call evil for what it is, and you are telling me that you have to have a better mouth to say it, you are devilish.
Mm-hmm.
The devil can never change from being a devil. And he's one bad devil till tomorrow. The devil still remains the one bad devil that he is till tomorrow. All right? You notice something is going wrong. People are keeping others from voting because they want to bring the wrong person in. The wrong person that will never win. The wrong person that will never do good. And you never said anything about it. Don't tell me you know God. Do not tell me you know God. Do not tell me you serve God and you can do no good. And all you are now is to try to ferment and bring fears to other people. I want to ask you a question. Why were they preventing others that will not vote APC from voting in Lagos? Can somebody answer me that question?
It beats me. I don't know.
It is called Igbophobia. The fear of Igbo man is the beginning of wisdom.
It's not only, I'm being serious now. I'm being serious. What they have done, it wasn't addressed. Let's not miss the point here. Let's not address it to the Igbos. The Ijaws are in Lagos. The Edos are in Lagos. The Jokun are in Lagos. Is a melting ground. Everybody is there. If you check the population that is in Lagos, okay, it is balanced. Everybody is there. Why is it that they prevented those that would not vote APC from voting? Why is it so? Let me ask you a question. If you win only, are you ashamed that you are going to lose even Lagos? That showed you that your man has no capacity, has no ability. Even though during the election, the masked man showed up sometimes. He wasn't Tinubu in most places in this campaign. I'm going to quote it. I know when he returned from London, when they perfected the voice mechanism. Is it because I didn't say it before? They perfected the voice mechanism whereby somebody will wear the mask and sound like him. Yet with all they have done, Tinubu is still losing. And yet you guys believe that you are the one that is going to elect him now. Even if he has won in Lagos with all the rigging and the money he has stolen all these years, and with all the lies he has avoiding the media and playing all these kinds of games. I thought we are Christians. Why didn't you speak up? Nibo say that onye agbara nkịtị kwere ekwe. Anybody who listened to a lie and never spoke about it, the person is a liar. Are you making yourself a liar? That you have decided that election, that people, a change people want in Nigeria will never happen? Where has this ever happened? Where in the world has this ever happened before? How come? How come we are sitting down there?
That is the shame that is not shaming them.
Why are you not ashamed of the wrong that is being done? Well, you may be young. Some of you may be young. In the 70s, I was watching, and every government office was being burnt down in Lagos. Who was burning it? Who burned them up? Because we have amnesia in Nigeria that nobody remembers the truth.
You know, Dr. Des, it's human nature to be envious. It's part of our DNA. In fact, everybody is envious. It's just that some people try to try to blanket it. Because nobody has the monopoly of being stupid or being wise or being hostile. It's when you allow yours to fan out. And people, you know, our Yoruba brothers and sisters, I'm sorry to say this, we need to take a step back and see your fellow Igbo man who is a brother to you as a relative. We can work together. We can do things together. We can't be fighting among ourselves when the northern part of Nigeria
so united.
So
united.
Can we for once unite?
Divide and rule.
well, let me come in here, Chief.
Yes.
Do you know? You know, some of these games that are being played is going the way it is. Okay, the southern Nigeria that comprises the west and the east, right?
Yeah.
The west and the south, right? Is such an integral part of the people. Are you telling me that the oil that comes from the eastern Nigeria, now we have divided it, this is the east, this is the south, this is the oil that comes from the eastern Nigeria, are you telling me that this oil, if it had come from anywhere else, they would have allowed the Igbos to come and be in charge of the oil, or the Easterners to come and be in charge of the oil?
Well, with the way things are going, I don't think so.
No,
it is not, because even in Zamfara they have gold and they are mining it privately and selling it privately. Are they bringing it to the coffers of Nigeria? No, they're not. So
even now, there's a substance called California.
California, yes.
Yeah. An ounce of it is 27 million, not
dollars.
Million dollars. This is why the Boko Haram was ignited. The Boko Haram are sitting down, they are controlling it, and they are buying this thing and selling it, and yet they are in charge of the oil in our villages where we can't drink good water.
Yes.
Who is deceiving who? And my Western brothers are sitting down there when they breathe, Igbos. You got to be crazy, man.
That was why we were warning the one in Finland that, listen, Sunday Boho, Chief Sunday Boho you claim you're working with is not shutting down Yoruba land. He's not calling sit at home. He's not calling the killing of his people. He's not arming them to go and stop election. But you claim you are working with Sunday Boho and you are doing the same in Biafra land. Who is a fool?
Who is fooling who?
Who is a fool?
Who is deceiving who? Okay, the Naira swap thing that came up. Okay, we want what? This is my point. We have been so sectional and so tribal all these years that it has never produced anything good. Okay, I don't stand for any tribe above any other. I don't. That is not fairness. All right. Now, if you look at this, the Naira swap is only in the South that people can't even have money to buy food. The central bank had to go in the North. They hired drivers who went to every village and swapped the little they had and paid them even more. Is this not the same country?
Even up to tomorrow, El-Rufai said that they should keep using the old notes. That anybody that stopped collecting the old notes from the citizens of Kaduna State, that they will seal that outlet. And we're in the same country. El-Rufai.
This is the thing. We're sitting down here, looking at each other. This one did this one did that, this one did that, this one did that. And we keep on extorting each other. My businesses in Lagos is being made to pay such amount of tax and such amount of this that he has extorted from them that is unbelievable. And you believe that it is right. You want that to keep happening. Huh? You want every one of this unjust way of doing business, unjust way of doing things, you want it to continue. It's not right.
It's not.
Things has to be done fairly and equitably. I thought God is a just God.
He is.
There are more churches in Lagos. There are more churches in every street. Even in some buildings, this church will be on this one, the other one will be on the next room, the other one, but the building you go, you see 4 churches in it.
But you don't preach more Bible than Satan himself. Satan quotes the Bible more than anyone.
And yet there is no peace. If people are being marginalized, people are being cheated, people are what type of church are we creating? What type of people are we? You grew up with the same person. You have lived together and walked around each other. They come to election. You don't want him to vote because he's going to vote a different party that he didn't agree. And we sit back in here. All we can argue is about Igbo people. It doesn't make sense. The money in Nigeria, when divided, you were there all these years. Several billions were carried away by the Northerners. Several of them. None of them, we never recovered it. What are they doing with it? What have they done with it? And you didn't say a word. And all we can do now is that a change is coming. And this is why the opposition will come now, because they will not like to see a change happening.
We're going to fight it. We will fight it.
We need to get to a point whereby we can decide. We don't want Nigeria again, because all this nonsense of playing on each other's intelligence, of making sure we hold the other people down, and while others are moving forward, must stop.
This election will determine it. This election will make or mar Nigeria.
Yes. We have to come to a point that everybody will be by themselves, develop by themselves. Even if we have to answer Nigeria, everybody will need to develop by themselves. I mean, it being available for everybody. You like it, you like it, I will import something from China and they will arrive in Lagos and it will stay in the port for 2 months.
Yep.
It will stay in the port and you will collect all the money. It will
sometimes if you stay too long, they seize it.
Yes, it's not their own. They now carry it and sell it in open market. And you said it is right. There are riverines area along the eastern border
of Nigeria. Yeah,
there are riverines area. The few that can arrive in Lagos can come to Lagos. The few, and yet you like in your eyes. You are you bring down God. You are the only one that know how to call down God, and it is right in your own eyes. You are a devil. Hear it from me. You are a devil. Anyone that can never allow what is right is a devil. You are an agent of the devil. Until you change and show me that you know God, then I'll agree that you know God. But outside this point now, and you see evil and you allow evil to be perpetuated in Lagos, you are not doing the work of God, you are doing the work of the devil.
Dr. Des, let's take a quick. Our lines are open. Call and make your own contributions. Call in and tell us what is happening on ground. Call in and tell us what the electoral reports are saying from your location. Our phone number is +1 202 787 8909. We are the Republic of Biafra government in exile, located at 1717 Pennsylvania Avenue, Washington, D.C. Our president, President Tony Wisi, is monitoring alongside with us. And we believe in fair and fair election. P2B is the mandate of the people, and the mandate of people must be respected. Call us and make your contribution. Thank you.
Here is the latest I want you to see. They have no beavers. Beavers is not working. Look at the nation. Beaver, see the rigging they are planning.
They rigged it, they rigged everything. All of them are.
Beavers is not working. The reporting machine is not working.
Dr. Des, raise it up a little bit so that, yes, right there. Really?
The beavers is not working. And people are happy that they have rigged the election. No returning. So much is coming up. Let me
so what announcement is INEC going to make?
INEC
and I knows.
I know, whatever they are.
You were here when they bought them over. They stiffened everybody's naira to bribe them, and they're delivering. But we shall see. We the people.
Okay, that's what I'm telling you. This is what I'm asking them to be doing. Look at the election that has gone on. Look at it everywhere. Everyone that has gone on, P2B is winning. LP is winning.
Even at Owerri.
Everywhere.
Yeah, my sister just did, as they were counting it, they were videoing it. Immediately they finished counting it, they wrote it in piece of paper, took a picture, she forwarded it to me. She said before they would rig it, this is the original result. She just sent it to me.
Look at it. Even in the north. Even in the north.
Who is not tired of? We are tired of this.
Who is not tired? And this is what they're telling me, that when they finish, it's not going to be so. Look at it. Every polling booth, people are tired. People are tired.
The Holy Spirit may have spoken to Buhari or whoever is in that world.
Well, Buhari has been playing them anyway, because they are forcing him, they are intimidating him to come and entertain and campaign for them. But he knows what he was going to do.
And the Buhari has said himself too is playing the script given to him. Which one are we talking about? The living or the dead?
Well,
that's why I say whoever is in Asoro. Whoever is in Asoro.
He has been making several efforts to decamp. They said, no, we paid you so much money. You must finish your tenure. So he is there playing the script. We know and he knows. So the game is almost over. By the grace of God. And that's why I tell my people, the people that call me Sabo, they call me, you have come to become a politician, that they're writing here, they said I'm looking for political.
We are not,
Are you hearing them?
No structure, no
structure is winning. Can you see?
We have no structure. That's exactly like an instance. You remember when Nnamdi Kanu was like, instance just sprouted from nowhere. Everybody just like a carnival, just like and that's exactly the way revolution starts. No structure has risen up. And if they want to know that Nigeria can disintegrate in a jiffy, let them do something stupid with this.
Exactly. If they do anything stupid, given all what is happening, what we've seen, what is playing out, the outcome of the few polling booths, if they do anything stupid, their life is in danger.
Yep.
Because they have put my life in danger. So I'm going to fight defensively.
My situation is he who is down needs fear no fall. I mean, when you are alive, you can't even take your children home. What kind of life is that? My kids were asking me, Mom, you mean we're gonna spend summer in America? Any holiday spent in America is not a good holiday. We need to go and do traditional wedding. We need to see culture and a lot of things my kids are missing. So what quality of life is that? Walk, 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 walk. What life is that? I normally work Monday, and then come November, I've shipped whatever we are heading home. We stayed till almost ending of January, we come back. That it has been taken away because of insecurity. And somebody is telling me,
so all we're asking, because P2B is winning, P2B and DATTI are winning. All we're asking for him is
security,
to give us peace.
Awesome. We can
make it conducive for us to come back home. We need to. I want to come home.
Yes.
That should be his first mandate
that he gives to everybody in Nigeria. Security alone, you can now come and invest. You come home and invest.
If he can accomplish that, then he will have done at least 25% of his assignment in his tenure.
Absolutely. Absolutely. With security, you can do whatever you want to do. You can bring down anything and invest. You can go home and have fun. What kind of one you call home? We think we're happy. I am not up to 20 years, and neither am I up to 40 years like Dr. Diaz, but I'm tired. I want to go. I am tired. I want to go.
And for those of us that are about to kick the bucket, we need to kick it in our fatherland, in our motherland.
You're not going anywhere.
I don't want to die in diaspora.
No. People like you and Dr. Diaz, and we want you guys to bring this, bring this experience and imbibe it in our young ones that have lost value because of constant abuse, economic abuse, spiritual abuse, financial, everything. Our young ones have no self-esteem anymore because they have been so bastardized that they don't have self-esteem anymore. Anybody that says rubbish now, they don't validate it, they follow because they can't even have self-confidence to speak for themselves. We need men like you guys. Dr. Diaz,
are you unmuted?
No, Dr. Diaz muted himself. I can't unmute him. You need to unmute yourself. It says your mic is not connected, Dr. Diaz. Unmute yourself. So, Dr. Diaz, I will take you out from the studio. You come back. Yes, let me take you out.
And so back to the basics.
Yes, like we're saying, Mazin Bakwe, if His Excellency Obi gets in today, our people should understand that there are certain things he's going to do, not only for Igbos or Biafra, but for Nigeria that will enhance our freedom. If we go back to regional, system, actually, what a typical Igbo woman wants is nothing but enabling environment to succeed, to invest, to be peaceful, if you're going from home to Lagos to home, you don't have to spend 2 days on the road. If you get to home, you have NEPA. You don't have to be having generator zooming on your head every day. All these are the little things we are clamoring for. You open tap, you get some water. We're not even asking for much from the government. Mama Biafra, I don't know what you and your
my phone.
Your phone and your internet is so bad because gwarando obodo anyị okwu biko gwa ụmụnne anyị ndị ka na-egbuchi maka ha gara ihe vote na rig na-rig election ka ihe nwere ịgwa Nigeria because nwaanyị na-win ha na-atara iri gie ugbu a m hụrụ
na ka mụ na-ekwu ebe a na fama anụ ingia fama mmenwe anything dị ya onye pụ na ọnụ na ofe niile a na-ekwusi pụta tụọ ihe Peter Obi na anyị atụrụ uche na ọya elu ebe a na obe elugoro ebe a nọọ Jizọs si na ọya eje
That's me again. They keep snapping off. All right.
So we'll be closing in 15 minutes. We have spent time here trying to report. It's been an exciting evening, and we'll keep monitoring as the reports are coming in, the votes are coming in. We'll keep monitoring, and Dr. Diaz, can you hear me now?
I can hear you loud and clear. Can you hear me?
Good. Yes, absolutely. Yes.
Yes.
Well, the fact still remains that everybody wants a change. Change is good for the correct change, not revert change to changing backwards, forward change. And from what we have seen at the polling stations, the places where people were allowed to cast their vote, LP is winning. Even in most places where they have burned up the election ballot and everything, they notice that LP is winning.
Does that include the northern areas?
Even in the north, we haven't seen any violence in the north yet.
But what I'm talking about the results.
The results that come from even Kano. Remember, I told you that the vice president of APC could not vote in his area because the INEC official did not show up. They didn't show up in his own, what was his name? What's his last name again? The vice president, right? The vice president of APC. His last name is the name of the village. The polling booth was in his last name. No. What is the APC vice president? Well, that's fine. If you don't remember, that's fine. His name, the polling booth was in his name. And because he had the last name was the village, he couldn't vote. So there's a few things going on in the wrong places. But most times what we saw is that in Lagos, people decided to keep people from voting because they didn't want to vote for APC. Okay? Most areas that other tribes are living in Festac, they have done so much to stop them from voting. In Oshodi area, where most of the other tribes are living, they will not allow them to vote. This is wrong. And I want all my brothers in the Western Nigeria, that especially in Lagos, to speak up and call a spade, unless you agree that wrong is better than right. Okay? This is my point. We cannot continue to pretend like we do not see what is going wrong. Okay? Anybody who sees what is going wrong and do not speak out agrees that the wrong is better than right. Why? What are they trying to prove? Tinubu was buying a lot of people to show up. He was paying people to show up for his campaign. Now, the election is going on and he's actually losing, and some people are trying to perpetuate the same fraud. Okay? This is not right. Yes, sir.
In those areas where election has been inhibited, people have been stopped from voting. What are you anticipating is going to happen? Because it will definitely affect the outcome of the result, the overall result. So what do you think will be a way out?
What you are saying here is correct. The intention is to deceive. Okay? Nobody who knows what is right believes that deception is better. Areas where they have not allowed people to vote, they must be allowed to vote. Okay? This is where INEC should step in. And a very good monitoring system will be brought in place. They need to redo this election. if they bring forth a result that shows erroneous conclusion, it needs to be redone. Okay? The fact is clear. You know, I can go back on social media and start showing you so many places where people showed up in the University of Lagos area where the whole Nigeria is in. They refuse to allow them to vote there. Okay? I can go on. I lived in Lagos most of my adult life before I came to America. I didn't even think I've been here too long. I wasn't planted in Lagos. All through high school, all through my younger days, I lived in Lagos. I know this area very, very well. In all the areas where mixed tribes are living, they refuse to make sure. In First Act, they made sure that the balloting booth didn't include LP. Okay? So why is this going on? Why are they doing this? Is this the election that they promised that's supposed to be free and fair?
Mm-hmm.
Is this the free and fair election they have promised us? How come now they want to show us? Because Tinubu has lost Lagos already. They know he lost Lagos. Even in Ogun State, they did not put LP in the ballot in Ogun State. Why is this going on? And nobody is speaking up, and everybody has kept quiet. And those that speak up, they are trying to tell you that Igbo politics should change. We are looking at fairness. Fairness does not know tribe. Our people have told each other lie for a long time that we do not know when somebody is lying. I've met some wonderful people in my line of life. I have some brothers, some Christian brothers that we are tight as this, and they stand on the truth. But I've met some that scuttle the truth. They go things in round, and I will confront the one. I say, brother, why are you lying? And some of them are afraid of me. You don't need to be afraid of me. You do not need. I tell the truth. If you are telling the truth, listen. Tell the truth. Love has to do with the truth. Evil has to do with lies. Change your ways. The new Nigeria needs a change. And on that note, we have come to an end. And I know, and you know, that the better tomorrow in Nigeria, when everything is working right, will benefit you. We are talking about going home. I'm now an old man. I'm tired of staying here all these years. I want to go home and be able to help the generation. I want to go home and be able to make a mark in my people so that life will be better.
Dr. Daisy, let me make your day a little bit, because there was something you said, because we have 6 minutes to the end of this broadcast. Yes. There was something you said that no reports, we have not had reports from the north. Look at this that was sent to me now, and this will make our day.
Everybody is tired.
Labor, I'm telling you, this is their honor.
Oh, they were saying labor, eh?
Yes, labor. Everybody's labor. So we are
labor.
tired of all this rubbish. This is
labor
our Hausa brethren. Yes.
There was one in Kaduna where PDP had only 5 points.
Yes.
5. APC had that, is it about 10 or 15? And Labour had all the whole thing.
Yes, we're tired. Oh. That's why they dare not rig this election.
No,
this is no longer during the Abiola that was overwhelmingly voted for, and they did all their rubbish. Not anymore.
They can hold the beavers. They can keep the beavers from not working. They can do whatever they can do. You know, I made a comment that everybody, even the places they don't want you to vote, let everybody raise a show of hand, let them count it and write down. And some people wrote it in paper and posted it immediately. You know,
Yes.
Amen.
Amen.
So we need to be realistic. Okay. That before we forget our differences, the goal here is to have a new Nigeria, a playing field where you are son and my son. You know what? Our life is even different now. My father died when I was in class 2. My father died when I was in class 2. I suffered. My widowed mother was selling cassava in the market to send me to secondary school. I don't want to see that happen to others. Anybody that has no privilege, education must be the basics for every human being in this world, especially in Nigeria. And we have known better now to make sure that this is done very well. We have worked in American system. I've done it for over 40-something years now. My brother has done it for over 40-something years. At least we have learned something. I've worked in American corporation. I've seen how things work. I've seen how things are done better. Those that have been at home that did not perform, they need to move aside. We are willing to come home. So those things they tell you that can never be done, can be done. And the new day has come in Nigeria. And on that note, I'm going to thank you, Wada, for being a champion you are.
Thank you, sir.
Your capacity and your ability can never be scuttled.
Thank you, sir. I'm humbled.
This is my brother.
Amen.
I am so proud of you.
Sir. Thank you.
I am so proud of you as my brother. And I call you a partner in progress. And our president, who woke me up this morning and said, brother, you need to go back online. Can you bring the president back on? People need to see his face, because without him and all other work behind this, can the president come up? Are you there, sir? Please, can you show your face?
No, he doesn't have to. He doesn't have to. He's well represented. He doesn't have to. He shoots you up every so often, like in a place.
Yes, I'm so sorry.
So now put very often.
I know. I am so proud to be associated with the Biafran government in exile. You know,
thank you.
We are not. I'm speaking my mind here, and I know there may be those who can disagree with me. But one thing you cannot disagree with me is that we want a new Nigeria.
Absolutely.
We want a better tomorrow where things work for everybody, no matter where you come from.
Yes.
I just to say that if we want a new Nigeria, then when that new Nigeria comes, if you don't
know where we're heading to,
continue the journey.
Yes.
Because our ultimate goal is total freedom.
Yes.
And that total freedom can only happen with Biafra coming.
Amen. I am committed to new Nigeria, where there is a process of doing things. If there's nothing else I want to do for the new Nigeria, is to write processes for everything, even if it takes for the next 20 years for us to complete it. And I have those with like minds like myself. Everything that must be done will be done through a process. There's no process of doing anything in Nigeria. That's why things are not working. And that is our goal. I am not looking for election. I'm not looking for government. I'm not looking for money. I am looking for a life that will be better for our people, so that my children's children will not run around. I worked on living Nigeria in the late 70s, and I'm still here. All right? And I'm still here at the time when I should be sitting down and enjoying my retirement. And somebody is sitting down there telling me that the wrong is better than right. Come on, man. Think again. On that note, I want to thank each and every one of you for watching us, and keep on rooting for new Nigeria. And everywhere election people were prevented from casting the election, and we are calling on INEC to go ahead and reschedule this election and let it be supervised. This must be free and fair. Everyone that we have seen, literally LP won in every ward. There's no how you can rig this. It will never work. Even if your beavers are not working, it must. We are going to hold on. Everybody, hold on the report. Don't give it to anybody at hand. It must be transmitted. You have spent so much money for the beavers to work. It must work. I don't care how you have gone to misprogram it. I don't care how you have fed in virus into it to make sure that election is rigged. It's not going to work. Thank you so much for your time, and God bless you, and God bless the new Nigeria.
Thank you very much, sir. God bless you, and we shall overcome.
Freedom is coming tomorrow. Get ready, mama, prepare for your freedom. Freedom is coming tomorrow. Get ready, mama, prepare for your freedom. Freedom is coming tomorrow. Yeah, oh, you will listen to mama. Yeah, oh, you will. Freedom is coming tomorrow. Get ready, mama, prepare for your freedom. Freedom is coming tomorrow. Get ready, mama, prepare for your freedom. Freedom is coming tomorrow. Yeah, oh, you will listen to mama. Yeah, oh, you will.
On that note, we say we keep monitoring and we keep updating our people. We must be free. Biafra is Ekosan, but Tima Ehimugawala have mebere yod.
Yes.
We have good road, have security, have light, have water. We can now come to the road and say we demand for referendum.
Referendum, yeah, darling.
Somebody will listen. They will not kill us. We cannot demand that P2B, you have veto power. We need Nnamdi Kanu out. As a president, you have veto power. He has been granted freedom. We must get this man in. It will benefit everybody. On that note, we say Mechuko Kakabia lead. As we are heading home to freedom. Freedom is sacrosanct. Nothing, give me freedom or give me death. On that note, we choose freedom. Thank you, Mazi. As always.
Thank you. Thank you.
And Mama Biafra, thank you as well, because your internet was fluctuating. My apologies. We make time when we have you one-on-one to talk to our people. We'll be convening again tomorrow to keep monitoring the reports of this August election that changes everything, election that is going to be a turnaround. And on that note, we say, may God help Biafra. All in the name of Jesus, we are heading home. Thank you, sir.
You say, God bless.
Beloved.